In relationships with narcissistic individuals, survival responses are common as individuals adapt to the environment that they are living in, adapt to the constant manipulation, they adapt to the emotional abuse and the power dynamics. These responses often emerge as a way to protect oneself from further harm. However, they become incredibly destructive over time. The four main survival responses around narcissistic individuals are Walter Cannon's flight and fight, which these survival mechanisms have been studied and we have more now, such as freeze and fawn. When it comes to fight, when faced with a narcissist's abusive behaviour, some people respond with anger and aggression. This might look like direct confrontation, arguing or standing up for themselves. And while this response can seem incredibly empowering, it often leads to more conflict because narcissistic individuals thrive on chaos and drama. The fight response often keeps survivors engaged in endless battles, leaving them emotionally exhausted. And every time the victim fights back, a narcissist often twists it and blames the victim for being the abusive one. Reactive abuse. Some people take flight, others can instinctively retreat or distance themselves emotionally, mentally, physically from the narcissist. This survival instinct comes from the need to avoid confrontation or harm. In extreme cases, the flight response might look like physically leaving the relationship, blocking the narcissist from their life. While escaping the relationship can offer that temporary relief, it doesn't always address the underlying emotional wounds caused by a narcissistic individual. Freeze. The freeze response is characterized with feelings of numbness. Victims of narcissistic abuse often feel overwhelmed, unable to make decisions, scared to act, usually from repercussions from the narcissist if they make the wrong decision by the narcissist. This can leave someone stuck in an unhealthy situation, feeling helpless and unable to break free from the narcissist's grip. Over time, this can lead to feelings of depression, anxiety, or a complete loss of self-worth. And then there's the fawn response, which is quite subtle but equally destructive. It involves people pleasing, trying to keep the peace, constantly accommodating to the narcissist's demands, the narcissist's needs, the narcissist's desires, often at the expense of their own well-being. In relationships with narcissistic individuals, the fawn response can mean sacrificing one's own needs, desires, self-esteem, identity, finances, friends, family, all in an attempt to avoid conflict or gain approval from a narcissistic individual. Recognizing these responses is crucial for healing and regaining control over one's life. Understanding these behaviours allows survivors to break free from the toxic patterns, regain their independence and rebuild their self-worth.